Hi everyone, it is Samantha. I hope you guys are all doing well and your holidays are going well. Today is day 13 of Vlogmas and I am going to be doing another tag that is not quite book related, but I hope you'll enjoy it nonetheless. Today I'm going to be doing the gamer tag. I saw this originally on Sam from Thoughts and Tomes Booktube channel, which if you guys haven't check her out because she is awesome and we share the same name. So that automatically makes her cool. And as soon as I saw it, I had to do it because I love playing video games and I thought the questions were pretty cool. So I'm not sure who created this tag, but I will link their channel down below if I'm able to find it. So let us get started. Number 1, what is your all-time favorite video game? That is easy for me. It is that Super Nintendo game, Earthbound. Hardly anybody has heard of this game, which is sad because it is one of my... Well, obviously, it's my favorite game of all time. It is an RPG game. It was originally called Mother in Japan. I believe there are actually 4 Mother games all told in Japan. Only one has made it to the American market. It is an amazing game. It is hilarious. It is fun. It's just super crazy. I don't know. I'll put up some screenshots so you guys can see some of it, but in all of its 16-bit awesomeness, but it is a fantastic game. And actually, if you have a Wii U, you can actually buy it now. Finally, last year they released it on the Virtual Console after agonizing forever about not being able to play it because their Super Nintendo doesn't work anymore. It was so good. So if you guys have a Wii U, please go to the Virtual Console, download the game, and play it. You will not regret it. The game is fantastic. Number 2, what is your current favorite video game? Honestly, it's still Earthbound, but if I had to choose another more modern game, I'm going to have to go with Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. I've been playing that on my 3DS, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really fun. It's a sequel to A Link to the Past, that Super Nintendo Zelda game, which was my first Zelda game, and I really enjoyed it. I thought they did a really good job in making this one. Number 3, what is your favorite video game genre? That is going to have to be RPGs, role-playing games, as well as action-adventure games. I really enjoy role-playing games of various natures and I also like action-adventure games, which I think is what they categorize Zelda as. I've never really been clear if it's RPG or action-adventure. I'm pretty sure it's maybe a mixture of both. It's always seemed a little gray to me. That's a little bit of a gray area. But definitely those games, those game genres are my favorite. Number 4, how long have you been playing video games? Funny story, I remember the exact moment where I started playing video games. When I was 4 or 5, I can't remember quite which now. I think it might have been 4. The Super Nintendo came out, and my parents got it. And I vividly remember us getting it and getting Super Mario World, and then my dad and mom letting me play it. I remember holding the controller in my hands, and I remember making a comment about how it makes your hands kind of sweaty, because I remember my dad making that comment, and I remember like agreeing with it, and I remember just being totally enraptured with it. Like, I was just so caught up with it, and I just thought it was amazing and fantastic, and the rest is history. Number 5, what's the first game you ever played? That would have to be Super Mario World for Super Nintendo. Number 6, what game have you clocked the most hours into? That is either going to be Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword or one of the many various Harvest Moon games that I owned. You can really lose yourself for hours in a Harvest Moon game. It is oddly and incredibly addicting. You wouldn't think so, but it really is. Number 7, what's your longest gaming session? I want to say 8 or 9 hours. I remember particularly with the Harvest Moon game of Wonderful Life for GameCube. I remember being astounded at the fact that I think I had played for like 8 or 9 hours. I think that was my longest session. There might have been some longer ones, but I honestly don't remember because it's not like I sit and time myself. Number 8, who is your favorite game developer? That is probably going to be Nintendo themselves because I really like all of their gaming franchises that they put out, Zelda and Mario being an example. But I also really like Natsume and EA. Number 9, who is your favorite hero character from a game? That is going to be Link. Link is badass. He has a plethora of awesome weapons, especially in the more modern Zelda games when the graphics get a little bit better. And the sword fighting action is pretty cool. How can you not love Link? He's awesome. He runs around in his cool little green clothes, rides a horse, he has a sword, he has a bow and arrow, and a slingshot and bombs, and a bunch of other cool stuff, and yeah, he's awesome. Number 10, who is your favorite villain? That is probably going to be Ganon from the Zelda games. Ganon is like sufficiently creepy, especially in Ocarina of Time. He's really freaky. He's freaky. I'll put up a picture. But yeah, he's definitely my favorite villain. Some of those boss battles, especially in the newer games, were really stressful when the graphics were a little bit better and it was so in your face. Number 11, who is your most hated character of any game? Tingle from Zelda. I hate that character. He is creepy. He freaks me out. He is creepy and he is annoying and I will forever hate him. If you play the game, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He is weird and annoying, and I can't stand him. Number 12, what gaming systems do you own? We have owned all of the Nintendo gaming consoles and handhelds, with the exception of the original Nintendo. Yes, I'm a Nintendo person and have yet to try and attempt to play a PlayStation or an Xbox game. I'm a very, very loyal Nintendo person. We even used to get Nintendo Power until they went out of print. Yes, we used to have a subscription to them, and even when that subscription ended somewhere in my mid-teens, I would check them out from the library. I was a die-hard, devoted Nintendo Power reader. What was your first game system? That was Super Nintendo. Number 14, what is your favorite gaming system and why? Probably the Super Nintendo. I loved it in all of its 16-bit gloriousness. It was just awesome. I think the Super Nintendo probably has the most video games that I really, really love. They probably came from the Super Nintendo. I enjoyed that system so much growing up. A close second is probably going to be the Nintendo 64 that also had a ton of really, really good games that I enjoyed. And then the Wii and the Wii U, I kind of consider them the same, and then the GameCube. I also kind of consider the handhelds to be a little bit separate, so if I had to go separately with the handhelds, it's going to be the 3DS, the DSi, the DS, the Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy. Which I still have my Game Boy, by the way. It was the clear one. It was the one that was clear and you could see all of the parts inside. Question number 15, do you prefer to play guy characters or girl characters? To be honest, I don't have a particular preference. I have noticed in recent years, if a girl option is available, I will choose a girl option, but there are some games where I kind of just prefer to play as a guy. I don't really know why. I guess I haven't really thought about it all that much. Question 16, do you follow walkthroughs or do you play through on your own? Again, this can pretty much depends upon the game. I do try to do as much as I can on my own because I like to figure out puzzles and just kind of do it myself because I get a strong feeling of satisfaction from that. Like Zelda, the more recent Zelda games, I have tried to play through by myself as much as I possibly can, though we do usually typically own the player's guides. But if I am absolutely stuck, yeah, I have no problem looking it up because I want to move on. Number 17, have you ever been to a gaming convention? No, I have not. Number 18, what game are you most excited to come out in the future? That is going to be the new Zelda game that was announced for 2016. Still no title, but I cannot wait to get a new Zelda game in my hands. Number 19, what's your best memory of a video game? Oh, there's so many, but one that sticks out in my mind is when we had the Super Nintendo when I was a kid, we had the game Aladdin, which was based on the Disney movie because, you know, obviously the movie had just come out. And I remember I would wake up early on Saturday mornings, like half of the kids everywhere, but instead of watching cartoons, I would most typically play Super Nintendo. It was either going to be Mario Kart, or Aladdin. And I remember playing Aladdin a lot. And I remember there was this one area where you were supposed to be doing the magic carpet ride while you were escaping the lava from the volcano mountain thing. And I remember I could never get through that area. So I would typically go and wake up my middle sister who could usually she could get through that area like no problem because I wanted to move on with the game. But I remember one morning I finally just did it and tried for myself and I was able to successfully get through the area. And I remember having this really strong feeling of satisfaction and pride in myself. Number 20, what is your worst memory of a video game? I don't really know if I have a specific worst memory. I do know of some extremely infuriating areas in Mario that would make me so annoyed because you could not get through. Particularly in the newer Marios when I'm trying to get all of the coins and you just cannot get the coin. And finally, number 21, which video game character do you see yourself as? I guess I would like to see myself as Sheik Zelda from Ocarina of Time or, any of the Harvest Moon characters because, let's be honest, I just want to have a farm with a bunch of animals. I don't know. I don't think I can actually say that I identify with any particular characters in a video game, but they're all pretty cool. Alright guys, that was the gamer tag video. Let me know down in the comments what some of your favorite video games are and why. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!